Welcome to Mikab Model College online tutorial. We hope at the end of this lesson, you will have acquired the expected learning outcome. Sit down and listen attentively as we introduce your subject teacher.
Welcome back to the mathematics class. I'm Madobazi Abdullahi. And this minute, we are going to continue with our geometry. And in our previous lesson, we discussed the names of angles, and we are going to continue from where we stopped. And the next examples of names of angle that we shall look at this minute is vertically opposite angles. Vertically opposite angles. Two angles are said to be vertically opposite if they are formed opposite each other where two lines intersect, whether the two lines are parallel or not. Vertically opposite angles. Two angles are said to be vertically opposite if they are formed opposite each other where two lines intersect, whether the two lines are parallel or not. Vertically opposite angles are always equal. Take note. Vertically opposite angles are always equal. And in the case of that vertically opposite angles, we shall consider this diagram where we have the transversal T at this point, and we have the parallel lines AB, CD, and EF. The transversal line T cuts this AB at this particular point, and CD at this point, EF at this point. And the angle at x1 and angle at x2, they are vertically opposite. I'll take it again. Angle at x1, angle at x2, they are vertically opposite, and the two of them must be equal. If you look at angle at y1 and angle y2, they are also vertically opposite. They are also equal. And we are going to take a good look at example under this vertically opposite angle. The question before us, they said, what is the lettered angles in the diagram below? And if you look at this diagram and compare it to the previous one, where we explained the vertically opposite angles, we said the parallel line AB, parallel line CD, and EF are caught by this transversal at this very points respectively. And angle, if you compare this angle 57 degree to the previous diagram, this one is x1, while angle x here is our x2, and we said x1 must be equal x2 because they are vertically opposite. Therefore, angle x must be equal 57 degree. The reason is that the two of them are vertically opposite, therefore they must be equal. And if you look at angle y here, the two of them, if you look at angle y here and angle 103 degree, they are also vertically opposite. And we said it that vertically opposite angles are equal. y is equal 103 degrees. And the solution is what we have on the board. The reason you are going to back your answer with is that the x equals 57 degrees, which is vertically opposite angles, and all vertically opposite angles are equal, and y equals 103 degrees. They are vertically opposite angles too, and they are equal. The other names of angles that we shall look at this minute is adjacent angles. Angles with common vertex and one common arms are called adjacent angles. Angles with common vertex and one common arm are called adjacent angles. They are formed on a straight line and are separated by a common line. They are those angles that are formed on a straight line and are separated by a common line. And if you look at what the adjacent angle is talking about, is talking about this x1 and y1. If you consider this x1 and y1 and compare it to a straight line angle, the summation of the two must be equals 180 degrees. The summation of the two angle, which is x1 and y1, must be equal 180 degrees. x2 and y2, the summation of the two must be equal 180 degrees. x3 and y3 must be equals 180 degrees. The reason is that the two of them are adjacent angles. These x1 and y1, they are adjacent angles. x2 and y2 are adjacent angles, and also x3 and y3 are adjacent angles. We shall look at the next example, and if you look at the next example, we have something like this. Find the values of the marked angles in the diagram below. We said the adjacent angles have their summations to be 180 degrees. If you turn this one the other way around, if you turn it the other way around, you have the summation of these two to be 180 degrees, which is x and 115 degrees, to be 180 degrees. And if you look at angle x and y from the previous name of angle, we said the two of them are vertically opposite angles. And if you look at this a and y here, the a here and this y, they are corresponding angles. If you look at a and x, they are alternate angles. It means that x, y, they are all equal. That is to show that if you can find the value of x, you have y and a from the solution. So the solution of that question goes thus. I tell you that x plus 115 degrees must be equal 180 degrees. You can give the reason to be sum of angles on a straight line, or the two of them are supplementary, or the two of them are adjacent angles. because the summation must be equals 180 degrees. If you now subtract 115 degrees from both sides, we are going to have x plus 115 degrees minus 115 degrees equals 180 degrees minus 115 degrees. And 115 degrees minus 115 degrees will be 0. You'll be left out with x at the left hand side. And coming to this right hand side, you have 180 degrees minus 115 degrees. And the result will now give us 65 degrees. And if you look at this, I told you that x is vertically opposite to angle y. I said it before. I said x is vertically opposite to y, and vertically opposite angles are equal. That is why you have x equals 65 degrees. X is 65 degrees, y is also 55 degrees. And the reason is that the two of them are vertically opposite angles. And you agree with me that y and a, they are equal as well. The reason is that the two of them are corresponding angles. You might decide to use x to find a. If you want to use x to find a, you are going to tell them that x equals a because the two angles are alternate angles, and the alternate angles are equal. We have 65 degrees equals a. That is the solution of the question. Thanks for listening. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel.